Nothing but net.
Nothing but net. Episode 53. We are here.
We are here, ladies and gentlemen. Another Jury and Jay episode 53. We got some topics that we're gonna talk about. So let's get it going. Recap some recent team wins, losses, that's happened this past week. So the first team that I want to get to is my New York Knicks. As Dree said, they ain't gonna be good this year, but as right now, they number 6 in the East. But we'll see at the All-Star break. They got a nice little win yesterday against Big Mike's Wizards. So he's probably over there mad. Mad. Jalen Brunson, 34, 8-8. Nice little win. RJ's back now. So we got the full team strength, but the one thing that I do want to talk about with the Knicks is that they really struck gold when they signed Jalen Brunson, because like when they first signed him, all we heard around the league is like, oh, he's overpaid. Like, how do you go from being a 6 man off the bench to being paid this max contract, knowing like he has no All Stars, no All NBAs, MVPs, et cetera, et cetera. Like, but they really struck gold. Like I saw a stat saying like he's the only point guard since Walt Frazier to average over 20 points a game. I'm like, dang, it's been like 40 some years, bro. So yeah, I'm glad that the Knicks are actually doing well. We'll see what kind of moves they make before the trade deadline. I saw a couple reports this morning talking about how the Knicks are shopping Derrick Rose. Like they want to quote unquote do right by him and send him to an ideal situation that fits him, meaning that like they want to send him to a team that's contending. I hope that they do find a nice little trade spot for Derrick Rose, because like at this point he he has no use to be on this Knicks roster, because you see how young they are. Like he's not even a rotation. Last time he played was December 31st. He's January 14th. So he hasn't played. So like he's pretty much out of rotation. They got Deuce McBride over him in his 6 man role. You got Quickly, you got Grimes, Barrett, Brunson. There's just no room. There's just no room for him. So I know that Rose can still contribute off the bench for a contending team. One team that I do want to see Derrick Rose end up on, I want to see him end up in Dallas, because like what they did to Kemba, I thought that Kemba was going to be that guy off the bench that was going to give you scoring and everything, but like Dallas just like they just let him go. So who's going to be that 6 man off the bench when Luka takes a rest? So like I know Rose can be a perfect fit in Dallas, because Dallas is in the playoffs spot. So so I think he'll fit in there perfectly. But back to New York, I'm like, are they a threat in the East? No, but I think they can at least be in the play-in or in the playoffs. But I don't see them going past the first round. They could probably take a team to at, at least 5 or 6 games. But like that's all. That's where like that's their ceiling for right now. But yeah. So what do you think about the New York Knicks?
I mean, they playing really well right now. They on the roll. They actually shocked me, but it's still the season's not over, so we'll see how it ends. Shout out to Jalen Brunson, who's pretty much proven everyone wrong, who was very very critical of the Knicks giving him that contract. Saying that he was overpaid and he's not really that good and things like that. It was really a narrative before going into the season, saying that really Jalen Brunson was just a role player. He's not somebody that can be on a contending team or be on any good team. So he's kind of dead that narrative. And if he does good in the playoffs, whether the Knicks win or lose, he's going to prove a lot of people wrong.
Right.
So
right.
Shout out Julius Randle too. He's
Yeah.
putting up all
season.
Yeah, he's putting up all-star numbers. He's having a good season.
bounce back season. But I I know that either or those players won't probably be all stars because you know how stacked the league is with talent and everything. But I know Brunson one day he's definitely going to be an all star in this league. That's a no brainer. Like either that's this year or years down the line, he will be an all star. So we'll see how the voting goes this year. So Denver Nuggets, but they got a big win against the Clippers yesterday without Jokic. So I thought the Clippers were going to take advantage of that without Jokic, but they end up losing. Denver, I mean, are we shocked that Denver's playing like this? No, because like we know what Denver is capable of when they're healthy. They got Jamal Murray back. He's starting to round back into form. He's still not that same player yet, but like he's still rounding back and um into form. You still got Michael Porter Jr. who's still rounding back into form. Eric Gordon's playing playing great basketball. And this team, like this is a team that you don't want to see come playoff time. This team can upset one of your favorite teams, New Orleans, Golden State. Hell, I mean, like Denver can honestly beat any team. I mean, like just look at them. Like they got Jokic two-time MVP. He's your main guy. You got Jamal Murray, who is your second leading scorer, who can create his own shot, pass, shoot the ball, and everything. And people forget about Jamal Murray. Y'all remember what he did back in the bubble? They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that Jamal Murray come playoff time. So Denver is a legit title threat. Like honestly, they can honestly make it to the finals. I want honestly be shocked because we know how they are. They have they have a great coaching staff. By Michael Malone, he's always maintained this Denver Nuggets team when Jamal Murray went out with the ACL injury about 2 years ago. So we'll see. So honestly, like I could probably see Denver making the Eastern Conference Finals. Honestly, because they're
Eastern,
just that good.
Eastern, Eastern Conference Finals.
No, Western Conference Finals. My bad. My bad. Western Conference Finals. But anyways, like that one be no shocker. So
I agree with you, man. They're my pick to get to the conference finals. They're my pick to get win the West. If they're truly healthy, they like you said, they can beat any team in the West. The only team I can see them competing with them is a healthy Clippers if they can stay healthy, and maybe probably Golden State. But we'll see how they do. But other than that, the West is open, so anybody can win it. But I like this team, man. Like I've been liking the team for a good minute. They got, like I said, they got an MVP and Jokic, and they got two bucket getters and Murray and MPJ, and they also got a good veteran and Jeff Green.
hmm
And also too, shout out to Aaron Gordon too, who he's
yeah.
playing well, exceptionally well. So they got some good pieces over there. So, and that's what most of the teams lack in the NBA is a veteran, and that's what the Nuggets got. They got Jeff Green, who's been in the league 10, 15 plus years. So, that's great for them.
One last team that I want to get to is the Clippers. Honestly, I don't. This team is so. This team is so unpredictable. Like you don't know what you're going to get from them. Like one night they'll look like a threat, then one night they just look like pure disappointment. Like it's man, like you said, Drew. Like this team is too stacked. Like they're too deep. Even though like that's a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing too because at the same time you have these guys on the team that all deserve playing time. Norman Powell, Robert Covington, who else? Luke Kennard, Reggie Jackson, John Wall, like all these guys. All these guys have egos. You know what I'm saying? So like you don't want those egos to clash and everything, and it also disrupts team chemistry. But for one bright spot, I like seeing his Kawhi Leonard. People were worried about him early on in the season, like when he missed all those games to injury and all that stuff. Like people talking about, oh, he's probably washed up now. Like he ain't gonna round back into form and everything. I wasn't worried about Kawhi Leonard because like I already know how Kawhi Leonard plays. Like he's not, you know, Kawhi Leonard is very offensively talented. So, he's back scoring over 20 points. So, like, but we see come playoff time. We already know what Kawhi can do playoff time. But and we also getting Paul George back too. Like Paul George has been struggling a little bit this season, but I'm not really that worried. Like we mostly judge the Clippers come playoff time, not regular season, because like that's where it counts. Like playoffs is where it's do or die. So so we won't judge them during the regular season. But when it comes to playoff time, that's when we put this team under a microscope and really judge them. So so we'll see come playoff time. But for Kawhi and Paul George, I expect a good playoff run. But for the Clippers, as as a team, it's either it's either Western Conference Finals or Finals. If they get bounced out the first or second round, they ain't gonna cut it. They ain't gonna cut it because like it's every year that the media talks about, oh, this is gonna be their year. This this is their year. This is their year. This is their year. It's 4 years now. This this is year four. They gotta get it together because this is year four. No finals run yet. So yeah.
Man, like with this Clippers team, like I said from the start, like before the season even went in, I said this team is too stacked, man. They got too many cooks in the kitchen. And most people is like, yeah, that's a good thing. That makes them the deepest roster in the league. I'm like, yeah, it's true, but how is this gonna work? Like, you got so many pieces like coming off the bench. Like, how you gonna utilize them? And some of them not even gonna get that many minutes.
Mhm.
But if this team is like I said, man, this team stays healthy, they gonna compete with anyone.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised, but you know, if they do make it, but they gotta stay consistent. It's like the thing is they're not consistent. It's like one game you have PG and Kawhi, they'll both play, and then one game you'll have Kawhi play, but PGBL, or you'll
Hmm.
have PG playing, but Kawhi BL. So it's
It's
like,
just
okay,
weird. Like it's just weird. Like wait a minute. Like why is Kawhi playing and Paul George is not? Like why is Paul George playing and Kawhi's not? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, right. It's just the consistency. So
yeah. So it's like what's really going on? And like with Kawhi, it's like I don't think his body is made up to play like back to back games.
right.
You see, like, because
Because he
this
hasn't played a back to back this year yet. So he hasn't played a back to back game this year yet. So he's pretty much like just picking and choosing like what games he wants to play. So
he can't. It's like he can't stay healthy because I think this era now is up and down style of play, arcade, AAU style of play,
mhm.
and I don't think his body is made up for it. And I won't be surprised if he retired within 2 years because his body. I don't think his body gonna be able to stay and hold up like
Mm,
this long because he's only 31, 32. So we'll see though. But I could be wrong, but
right.
we'll see. But I'm really want to see what this Clippers team can do when it comes to playoffs.
Right. Because that's where we all judge them because we have high expectations for this team. Like this team is a legit championship threat. Like, like just by those two guys alone. So we'll see come playoff time. But it has to be either Western Conference Finals or Finals. None less. It can't be no first round, second round. They have to make a deep playoff run. It starts now. They got all the pieces in the world. They just got just to put it together, hope for a good playoff run. We're gonna talk about the Draymond Green situation. So Draymond Green had an interview talking about, do you think your days in Golden State are over? So what Draymond pretty much said is like the writing's already on the wall. Meaning like he's not too sure. So like that kind of raised some eyebrows because like we all thought Draymond is going to be a warrior for life, which I still think he probably can because I can't really picture Draymond in another team uniform other than Golden State. So so yeah, because Draymond Green he can opt out and become an unrestricted free agent after this year, or he can opt into his final year of his contract. So, and people question whether Draymond Green is a max player because Draymond Green is 30, I believe he's like 31, 32 years old. And teams are going to be hesitant to give Green a max contract because of his very limited skill set offensively. His future in Golden State, it's up in the air. So we'll see. But I don't see him leaving Golden State. So that's not something I can't picture. So
It's tough, but maybe it's something we don't know. Maybe deep down he knows that he might not be in Golden State next year. So that's why maybe he's saying that. But I don't really see him going anywhere else besides staying in Golden State. I mean, think about it. You won 4 championships with the team. Been there from the start.
right.
From when you guys wasn't good to now you guys are a dynasty. It's gonna be kind of weird, like if he's not there next year, because I'm pretty sure Golden State wanted to keep that main core together, like with Steph, Clay, and Draymond.
Because
So
all the guys are locked in for like I think like 4 to 5 years. So Golden State is really banking on these guys in their late 30s to still compete at a high level despite them being older. So yeah. So Golden State is really like committed.
so Draymond gonna have the chance to at least try to do it in the playoffs, like try to play better in the playoffs for if you want to stay in Golden State, because if he play bad in this playoff series and they lose, this whole season is going to be his fault. So, from the situation him and Poole and then him not playing well, so he gonna be pretty much to blame. So he gonna have to step it up in the playoffs to stay in Golden State and for everybody, to get off his tail. So we'll see.
Right, yeah. Because Golden State, there were as long as Curry, Thompson, Green, Poole are there, Golden State is still a title threat. Let's not, this team has won 4 championships. They had that championship DNA. Like they're going to show their championship DNA. Like Golden State is a team that's going to be hard to eliminate because of what they did. Like they ran the West for damn near a decade. So when it comes to playoff time, expect to see a very different Golden State team for what you're seeing now. That wraps up episode 53, Dre and J episode. We will see y'all next week. I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Dre.
And we are